Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here. Welcome back, you guys, to another Pokemon Team Builder. Today, we are finishing off Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon with the starters of Rowlet, Dartrik, and Decidueye. Now, before we get today's Team Builder underway, quick disclaimer, like always, just to say that it's opinion-based. If you want to change anything about the team, then go ahead and do so. That includes the Pokemon themselves, their natures, movesets, all that good stuff. It is your team, it is your journey through the Lola region. I'm just giving you a nice little basis of what I think that you could use, things that go well together, and etc, etc. So if you're hyped for today's video, make sure you hit that like button down below for us and subscribe if you're new for more team builders. The links to all of those are in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get into this. Now, first up, you guys, of course, is going to be our starter for this region, which, like I just mentioned, is Decidueye. Decidueye was the first Alolan starter I ever choose. I thought Rowlet was cute as shit, Dartrik is amazing, and Decidueye overall is... I like all three of them, to be fair. I'd probably say I like Primarine and Decidueye a little bit more than Incineroar. But then between Primarine and Decidueye, I couldn't really probably pick my favourite. I like them both in different ways. But this was the first one I ever got, and I think its typing's amazing. Ghost Dark, obviously it's a lot like Trevenant. But Ghost Dark is a very good typing indeed, with the unique move Spirit Shackle, which actually traps opponents in after it's been used, so it can't escape. Sucker Punch for a bit of priority if you need just to finish it off. Leaf Blade for stab, and Brave Bird, sorry, for coverage. Brilliant physical attack in base 107, 100 special attack, so could run Shadow Ball or Giga Drain and special attacks like that. Base 100 defense as well, so especially defensive Mon can do the work sometimes. Assault Vest, Decidueye is very good competitively. Evolves around the normal starter stages of 17, 34, around 16 and 36 around the normal average type for a starter. But in terms of Decidueye, in-game is a very good mon. Like I said, it's a starter. All the starters are very solid. They have their own unique styles in the way that you play with them. As just an attackive, offensive mon. Like I said, I've gone with the Jolly nature just to boost up that 70 speed. So in-game, you'll outspeed if you've got Jolly, you'll hit hard because of that base 107 attack with stab like Spirit Shackle and Leaf Blade, and it will just be a brilliant partner to have throughout the game. It's our first team member, it's fantastic, it is Decidueye. On to our second team member, you guys, and we have our water type for this team builder, and we have Slowbro, arguably one of the best in-game water types to use. Just over the last year and a half, I'd say, using Slowbro more and more, I've come to realise actually how brilliant this thing is. As an in-game mon as well, it's absolutely fantastic. So I've gone with a physically defensive Slowbro with a calm mindset as well. So if you can really set up with this thing, it won't die. If you've got Hyper Potions, full restores, all that good stuff, this thing will just run through teams. It will bulk out attacks, and that plus special attack will come into play. So base 100 defense is its biggest stat. Like I said, we've gone with a bold nature which lowers attacks up defense to make it even more physically defensive. 80 special defense and 95 HP. This thing is bulk. If you get hidden ability regenerator as well, like it laughs at things. Psychic, Ice Beam, Surf, Calm Mind, your pretty standard set. Surf and Psychic are its stab moves. Ice Beam for coverage against grass types. Like I said, there's not many things that really can take this thing on. Maybe Ultra Necrozma will give it a good run for its money. But yeah, so this thing naturally just in-game is one of the best water types, like I've mentioned. Being able to just set up on things freely, being able to heal if you wanted to run Slack Off on it as well, so it gets access to recovery moves. You can get it quite early on as well, so it means you can start working on Slowpoke quite early, and even Slowpoke early game. But yeah, it's slow and its speed does let it down, but it's going to be able to take those hits. It's not like it's a frail mon, so it's going to just eat an attack and go, you know what, bang, hit back with a Psychic, hit back with a Surf, hit back with an Ice Beam, whatever it is, and it's just going to laugh at it. It's fantastic. If you haven't used the Slowbro as your water type for a region, I highly recommend that you use it alongside this team. It works fantastically. It is our second team member. It is Slowbro. On to the third team member, you guys, and we have another, arguably, really one of the best in-game mons in Magneton. Magneton absolutely run through Black and White 2 and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, should I say, are no different. You're having a problem with that Totem Mimikyu? Yeah, you're not if you've got a Magnezone on your team, or at that point it would probably be a Magneton. Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, Signal Beam, and Thunder Wave, Modest Nature. Again, it's quite slow. This team isn't the quickest, but that's just the meta that is Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It is bulky offense. Base 130 special attack, base 115 defense. Again, this thing can take those hits and just hit back like an absolute truck. Base 60 speed, again, it's a slow meta anyway, so you're not going to be worried about that too much. Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon for stab. Signal Beam, why not? Just a good hard-hitting special type move. And Thunder Wave, if you do want to slow something down because it's faster than you and you're worried that it's going to outspeed your whole team, Thunder Wave it and paralyze it half its speed, then you are going to have things on the team that are going to outspeed it. Modest Nature just to boost up that special attack. Magneton isn't known for speed. Magnemite early on, then Magneton at level 30, and VPC is Vast Pony Canyon. It's the same as Sun and Moon. There is also another place, if you search up, you can evolve it. I think it's Blush Mountain, possibly. I think it's a place called Blush Mountain. So there's two possible bases to evolve Magneton into Magnezone, but the one that I remember that was from Sun and Moon was Vast Pony Canyon. I don't want any comments in the section below, even though trolls are out there and they're going to say, what does VPC mean? It's Vast Pony Canyon. Do not ask me again. But yes, a fantastic in-game mon with the unique typing of electric and steel. It's a fantastic mon. Really hits hard, and if you haven't used one, I gotta say this about all the mons, if you haven't used a Magnezone, you really should, because it really does put in the work. It's a fantastic team member. It's team member number 3. Like I said, it's Magnezone. Moving on to Pokemon number 4, you guys, and we have my favourite Alolan form, and that is a Lola Muck. With the new typing of Dark and Poison, giving it only a weakness to ground, this thing in-game is very, very solid. Base 105 HP, 105 attack, 100 special defense. This thing really does hit hard and can take hits really well. Crunch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Poison Jab. The punches are from the Mantine surfing you can do. You can earn BP to get the punches on it. Ice Punch for, again, ground types. Ground types? Yeah, around that sort of thing. And Fire Punch because, fun fact, we don't actually have a Fire type in the team, so I thought, you know what? It's either going to be Thunder Punch or Fire Punch. We don't have a Fire type on the team where we have an Electric type, so chuck Fire Punch on there just for some fire coverage. And Poison Jab, Adamant Nature, again, because those 50 base speed, it's not going to be outspeeding things, but like I said, it's going to be able to take those hits and hit back. Competitively, this thing is arguably one of the best Alolan forms along with Alolan Ninetales. You get just a Alolan Grimer, I can't speak, and then evolve it into a Lola Muck at level 38. So everything evolves around the same time in this team, apart from maybe the last two. So you got the Decidueye that's around 34, 36. Slowbro again around 37, 38. At least Magneton's level 30 and it's Vast Pony Canyon, so that's depending on the time that you get through the game. And then a Muck again around 38, so everything's around the same level, which is why I think the synergy for this team works really well. They're all around the same levels as each other when they're evolving and they're turning into their final forms, and it all kind of really just flows and works together. But this mod in-game is absolutely fantastic. If it's the Alolan form that I recommend that you use, it would definitely be this one. It's fantastic. If you haven't used one, this is the Alolan form that I definitely think you should try out if you haven't looked into those. But it's our 4th team member. It is a Alolan Muck. On to Pokemon number 5, you guys, and what can I say about this one? It's your boy, it's Salamence. I had to put him in one of the teams somewhere. As you can actually get bag on quite early on, I remember playing through Sun and Moon, and I actually bought the guidebook, and I was looking through, I was like, okay, what changes they made? What can I do? And I saw that you could get bag on relatively early, and I was like, yes, I've got to use Salamence through the game, and the first time playing through Ultra Sun, I did indeed use Salamence because I had to. It's your boy. He's fantastic. We know how great he is. Dragon Claw, Fly, Stone Edge, Iron Tail, Adamant Nature. Unfortunately, DD is an Egg type move. An Egg move. Ugh. So we've had to just go up for full out offensive. Dragon Claw and Fly are of course stab. Stone Edge for coverage of the ice types, and then Steel is for fairy and ice types. But yeah, Adamant Nature has already got the base 100 speed. He's going to outspeed a lot of things naturally. Base 135 attack. Good defenses, good HP. He's a pseudo. He's fantastic. It's going to be a bit of a grind, but he's worth it in my opinion. You know, he is my boy. I'm going to say that he's worth every single ounce of struggle that it is to train up that bag on into Shogun, that Shogun expense. Obviously, you get a bag on quite early in the game. It's around level, I want to say around level 15 to 20 that you can get a bag on-ish, but I haven't played Ultra Sun in a while, so my things are a bit misty on that. And then you get a Shogun at 30 and then Ments at 50. The way that the game plays out, you should have a Salamence by the Elite Four and around that time because they up the level a little bit. Depending on how much time and love and affection that you give towards him, he will do you the absolute finest. It's a pseudo-legendary. Even if it wasn't my mascot, wasn't my favourite Pokemon, you can't underly deny that it is a fantastic Pokemon just with its stats and how it looks, and it looks fucking dope. It looks amazing. So he's brilliant. If you haven't used the Salamence, obviously there are other options if you feel like this is a bit corny because it's my mascot, blah blah blah. If you haven't used Immense, please do. He is fantastic, and there's a reason he's my favourite because he's a goddamn dragon. He's awesome. But it's our 15 member. It's your boy. It's Salamence. Alright then, you guys, on to the final team member, and we have an evolution that is my favourite evolution, and that is Sylveon. I wanted a specially defensive. I didn't want to run specially defensive Muck. So I was like, okay, I need a specially defensive Mon because we've got physically defensive Slowbro. I was like, I don't have a Fairy yet. We've already got a Steel. We've already got a Dragon. And the good Dragon, Steel, Fairy core in a team is vital, especially in like competitive play. Having those 3 typings in your team is absolutely vital and solid because they just cover themselves so well. And I thought, why not go with arguably one of the best in-game Fairy types, and that is Sylveon. Hyper Voice, Psyshock, Toxic, and Shadow Ball. Sylveon has the ability Pixelate, which means Hyper Voice turns into a Fairy type move. If you're so worried about that being a thing, you can run Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam, whatever, it's completely up to you. Calm Nature, which boosts that special defense, lowers that physical attack. So base 130 special defense with a boosted nature. This thing eats up those special attacks for days and hits back really hard, base 110 special attack. Toxic if you want to stall something out. Shadow Ball for coverage. Psyshock because it's there. Fighting types, why not? I know Fairy typing's there. Poison types, that's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, it works really well. To evolve it, right, now I'm going to get so many people, well, how do you evolve Eevee into Sylveon? It needs to know a Fairy type move, and you get it up to 2 hearts using the Pokemon Ami. Now, the easiest way to do this is make sure your Eevee has the move Baby Doll Eyes. It is a Fairy type move. Go into Pokemon Ami and level up its happiness to 2, then evolve it, then level it up 1 level, and it will evolve into a Sylveon. It's that simple. But yeah, as an in-game one, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm using the shiny sprites because they're HD and they're lovely, and it's arguably one of my favourite shinies as well. So absolutely fantastic. If you haven't used the Sylveon in-game or at any point, you really need to because it's arguably one of the best evolutions to use in-game. It's fantastic. As our final team member, it is Sylveon. Alright then, you guys, that is going to be it for today's team builder revolving around Decidueye. Let's quickly run through that team one more time for you. We have Decidueye, Slowbro, Magneton, Lola Muck, Salamence, and Sylveon. If you've enjoyed today's team builder, definitely make sure you hit that like button down below for me to show support towards the channel in the series. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well and turn the notifications on so you don't miss any new content. We are live streaming a lot more nowadays, so if you want to catch any live streams where we're doing some shiny hunting or just some casual playthroughs of maybe like a mystery dungeon game or something, definitely make sure you get the notification going so you don't miss out on any of that. But with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!